Valentine's, hospitality partner, the Hyatt Regency Calcutta, and radio partner, 91.9 Friends FM. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening is very special as we would be having 7 award categories: Business Leadership Award, Corporate Leadership Award, Emerging Leader Award, Leadership in Institutional Excellence, Innovation Excellence Award, Public Service Award, and a Lifetime Achievement Award. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a humble request, please keep your masks on right through. I do understand that sometimes we do get out of breath. You can kind of loosen up for a couple of seconds. Please maintain the physical distancing, and of course, as I said, we have sanitizers on each table to be used freely at your convenience. And also when you are sitting, please don't come too close. I know we love each other a lot, but we need to maintain that distance. It's very, very crucial. And any evening, it is said that music sets the mood. And to begin this fantabulous evening, we would be having an exhilarating performance by an amazing gentleman. Of course, his name is Pandit Pallav Mukhopadhyay. He needs no introduction. And Pandit Pallav Bandyopadhyay, was born to a musical family. Kokono some mistake hoy jay. But onek dhanyawad apni ajke esechen. Well, his father, Mr. Nihar Bandyopadhyay, is an Indian classical guitarist. He started learning music initially from his father and then went on to learn violin from Padma Bhushan. Yes, of course, Pandit Joe. And he's a regular performer and a high-graded artist of the All India Radio and Doordarshan for the past 19 years, ladies and gentlemen. He also writes articles on music and has taken part in various prestigious music conferences across the world. He is also developing the Jog Gharana style of playing the violin, and is the founder of an organization, Swar Sadhana, founded in the memory of his guru, Padma Bhushan Pandit Ji Jog, an organization which works for spreading Hindustani classical music among the underprivileged. And I would like to call on Pandit Pallav Mukhopadhyay to kindly come on stage. But before he starts off, being accompanied on the tabla by Mr. Robin Chakravarti, I would like to call on Mr. Anil Garg, Treasurer of CMA, to kindly give a small token of appreciation to our honored guests and performers on stage. Thank you, Mr. Garg. Really appreciate your kind gesture, and a big thank you, CMA. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Pandit Pallav Bandyopadhyay along with Robin Chakravarti on the tabla. Thank you.
Hello. It is a great privilege for me to be here today. I am trying to play a rag. The first composition is rag Hamshathani, which is based on Tintal, and after that I will be playing some dhun. Thank you very much. I would like to conclude my recital with a short dhun of our gharana, one Banarasi dhun, with very short Banarasi dhun. I am concluding my recital. हार्दिक नमस्कार प्रणाम देकर मेरा प्रोग्राम मैं यहाँ ही खत्म कर रहा हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together for Pandit Pallav Bandyopadhyay and accompanied on the tabla by Roman Chakravarti. Thank you so much, sir. It was truly wonderful to hear you really rocking, I would say. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a humble request to all of you all to kindly wear your mask always. I'm just taking it off when I come on stage to speak. I know it's a problem. I know we do gasp for breath many a time, but it's very, very important and essential that we wear the mask right through. Of course, we've also got sanitizers on each table for everybody to use, and please do maintain the physical distancing even while you are sitting. I know we love each other and we'd like to huddle up, but at least we must keep that distance today. Exactly last year on the 19th of March, I remember CMA held its 6th awards and this is the 7th awards. And exactly 4 days after the 19th of March last year, we were under lockdown. So it's a pretty important today we all come together. Humble request once again, please keep those masks on right through. Ladies and gentlemen, our President of the Calcutta Management Association, Mr. Untitled Chapter, unfortunately cannot be with us today. I know he's personally sent out a lot of invites and he's personally invited all of you all, but due to a bereavement in his family, he is unable to be with us today. He lost his daughter last week, and our heartfelt condolences from the entire CMA and all of us definitely goes out to him. So, but of course, he sent his message warmly welcoming all of you all tonight, and no matter what, this award ceremony continues. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of the Calcutta Management Association, we would like to welcome our distinguished guests, members of CMA and friends, to the CMA Management Excellence Awards 2021. Powered by the International Institute of Hotel Management, one of the world's best prepared schools, in association with Kuchina, designed for convenience, and the Telegraph, unputdownable. Celebration partner Valentine's, hospitality partner IIHM Calcutta, event partner Cherry Tree, and radio partner 91.9 Friends FM. Well, the time has come to start this evening's main proceedings, the CMA Management Excellence Awards 2021. But before we get into the awards, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call upon Mr. Gautam Ray, past President of CMA and Chairman of the Nomination Committee, to kindly give the welcome address and the inaugural remarks. Mr. Gautam Ray, sir.
Good evening to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We all gathered here on this flagship event of CMA, the 7th Management Excellence Award, which we consider one of the most important and flagship events for Calcutta Management Association. We feel honored today and privileged to get the opportunity to give award to the achiever in the field of management. CMA, way back in 1957, it started its journey. It is the oldest management association in the country and will never stop. Since then, it has organized various events, seminars, symposium, debate, and the whole focus is on management and management excellence. With decades, the tone, the subject, the topic has changed, but the CMA has kept his own endeavor running to foster the cause of management. This particular Management Excellence Award is something too synchronized with the objective of CMA. There are various parts of it: Business Leadership Award, Corporate Leadership Award, Emerging Leader, Innovating Excellence Award, Public Service Award, Institutional Excellence Award, and the most important is the Lifetime Achievement Award. CMA is an affiliate of All India Management Association, and we also work together on various events and programs. 2020 Management Excellence Award will be considered something unique. Unique in its nature, and all of you are witnessing the way, in fact, correctly Jimmy has mentioned and given us the word of caution how we should behave. We have talked so much about managing uncertainties, disruptions, how to manage. But when it really came into being all across the world, we didn't know how to face it. It was a complete untraveled path. But we fought it out. And I feel proud as a person, being Indian, that India is an example of how to really manage the situation. I would not say we have overcome the situation. There are even the spikes in some part of the country, yet we are yet to overcome the situation crisis. But nevertheless, we are one of the first producers of vaccine also. So definitely we have lost many near and dear ones. We have seen the joblessness, economy was very badly hit. Same for the societal, even the mixing societal functions. But there are good side also, good in a sense that we knew how to really live life more process-oriented, more disciplined. We have been more innovative, creative, and many new ways and paths were discovered during this process. How to really keep the wheel running. And that's the lesson. So today's Management Excellence Award, I would say, every year we organize, but this is special. Also special because we will get the privilege and we feel honored that some of the achievers in the field of management have kindly agreed to be physically present to receive the award. And in this situation, we all are here not only to felicitate them, to acknowledge their achievement, but also celebrate their achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all again in this flagship event of CMA. And CMA also, during this last 1 year, have shown us how to really make the association running using the digital platform, and have organized and received very positive response from all across the country. And I will be failing in my duty if I do not mention that it has been only possible because of the present committee under the able leadership of Mr. Untitled Chapter. So thank you all again for being present here, and I hope that you will all enjoy the event. Thank you.
Whoa, it's quite a task, coming on, taking off the mask, putting the mask on again. But I know we are living in a very different world, and we have to adapt ourselves as we adapt ourselves in our ongoing life to any situation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kick off the awards. We have a lot of distinguished personalities. We have amazing achievers, people who've made a difference, people who've created innovation to a large extent. And of course, I'm sure in the last 1 year, we've spent a lot of time with family and loved ones being under lockdown. And once again, I can see some of you all not wearing your face masks. A small humble request, please keep your face masks on right through the show. Thank you so much. And to start off, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Business Leadership Award. And to give away the awards, I'd like to call on Mr. T.V.S. Shenoy, Vice President of CMA, and Ms. Ritu Jolie, Associate Director, Training and Placement, International Institute of Hotel Management. If you could join us on stage. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he belongs to a Marwari family of the district Sikar, Rajasthan, now permanently settled in Calcutta, West Bengal for more than 50 years and engaged in the manufacturing industry of hosiery. He is the chairman of Rupa and Company, Neo Metallic Limited and Rupa Dyeing and Printing Private Limited. He is also the chairman of the Board of Governors, Heritage Institute of Technology. He is also a member of the Governing Council of Apparels, Made-up and Home Furnishing Sector Skill Council, that's AMHSSC, the Council of Under Textile Ministry, Government of India. He has also been appointed Honorary Consul of Republic of Colombia in Kolkata by the Office of the President of India. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us a proud privilege and pleasure for CMA to confer the Business Leadership Award to Mr. Prahlad Rai Agarwala, Chairman of Rupa and Company. Well, Mr. Agarwal, congratulations. Sir, we'd like you to say a couple of words on this occasion. Sir, 50 साल पहले तो आप कलकत्ता आए और आप एक ड्रीम लेके आए. आपका हिसाब से वो ड्रीम कितना तक फुलफिल हुआ है? How much have you achieved it? Because you created a market for the world जो कभी हुआ नहीं है. तो इस बार आप 50 साल बाद बोल सकता है कि आपका ड्रीम जो था सफल हुआ. सर, माइक. हाँ जी सर. हाँ जी सर, आप बोलिए प्लीज, नो इश्यूज. आप यदि पोडियम से बोलना चाहते हो तो पोडियम से बोल सकते हैं.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely delighted to receive this prestigious award from the Calcutta Management Association. Thank you very much for bestowing this honor upon me. I must also thank Almighty God for giving me the opportunity to grow in life and serve the community at large through my work and various other social initiatives from time to time. Having started our company Rupa 5 decades ago, from the scratch along with my younger brothers, it has been a fulfilling journey all along. There has been great learning and understanding about the way of doing business with changing times. It has also taught me to do my bit in supporting the cause of the society where the needs of the many are diverse and unending. Thank you for kind praise and most importantly, being a part of this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Thank you so much, sir. And congratulations. Thank you, Rituji. Thank you, Mr. Shinoy. Thank you so much, sir. Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Shinoy. Thank you, Ritu. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have once again the Business Leadership Award. And to give away the awards, we'd like to call on Mr. Anil Garg, Treasurer CMA, and Mr. Kumar Shobhan, General Manager, Hyatt Regency, Calcutta. We'd like to have him speak to us. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see all of you all putting on those masks and keeping yourselves absolutely safe. I know I can't see those gorgeous smiles, and I had a tough time even recognizing some people, but anyhow, I think safety is our priority. Well, in 1981, this company began manufacturing Hamilton pipes, and today, Skipper Limited is not only India's largest power transmission and distribution structure manufacturers, but also a leading brand in polymer pipes and fittings. The man behind building Skipper Limited into a global organization is a gentleman of calm and simple demeanor. Notwithstanding his traditional nature, his outlook and business acumen is very modern and robust. He is the national president of the Friends of Tribal Society, a leading NGO for upliftment of tribes. His magnanimous contributions towards the education, culture, and health of the tribal people have been applauded innumerable times. He started the flagship program Beti Padhao Abhiyan in 2017. The objective was to identify deserving underprivileged girl child across the schools of Calcutta and Howrah and provide them scholarships on a case-to-case basis to fund their future education. In 2019-20, in presence of the late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, ex-President of India, 1,339 students from 24 schools were sponsored. A beautiful achievement, ladies and gentlemen. And today, CMA is proud to honor the Managing Director of Skipper Limited, Mr. Sarjan Kumar Bansal, with the Business Leadership Award. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, your hands does not have to maintain a social distance, okay? So I'm sure you can put it together and give a loud round of applause. Sorry, Mr. Bansal, thoda main, it's become an exercising factor now, but Mr. Bansal, thank you so much and congratulations. The word skipper means the leader, means the captain, जैसे बोलता है the skipper of the Indian team. Sir, you have been into pipes, you have been into power transmission. You are a very, very busy man. But last 1 year, sir, एक चीज पूछना, honestly, how much time did you spend with the family, and how did you reinvent yourself? बोला जाता है काफी जन, lot of people did cooking in the house, played Ludo with their grandchildren. I'm honestly wanting to know, being such a big man in your own right, how much time or what did you do in the last 6 months that was very different from your normal work, sir?
सबसे पहले तो सीएमए को धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा। इन्होंने हमारी वर्किंग को अप्रिशिएट किया और आज ये अवार्ड देने के लिए आपको बुलाया। और दूसरे जो आपने कहा कि ये स्कीपर वर्ड की जो कंपनी है वो मेरे पिताजी ने 40 साल पहले बनाई, लेकिन वो आज सक्सेस हुई कि आपने उसको बिजनेस अचीवमेंट अवार्ड दिया। बिजनेस लीडरशिप अवार्ड दिया, उससे मेरे को लगता है कि उन्होंने 40 साल पहले ठीक ही सोचा था कि हम जो है बिजनेस के अंदर में लीडर बनेंगे अपने प्रोडक्ट में। और मैं आपको बताऊं कि हम जिस भी प्रोडक्ट में रहे हम लीडर ही रहे। हमने जो ऐसा प्रोडक्ट देखा कि जिसके अंदर में अगर हमको स्कोप नजर नहीं आया तो हमने उसको चेंज कर दिया, और आज हम ट्रांसमिशन टावर में हैं और पॉलीमर प्रोडक्ट में हैं, तो बिल्कुल लीडर हैं या लीडर बनना चाहते हैं। तो इसके लिए मैं आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई दूंगा। और दूसरा आपने जो कहा कि कोरोना के टाइम के अंदर में ये तो केवल मैं अकेला ही नहीं, हम सब को भगवान ने ये मौका दिया कि हम अपनी फैमिली के साथ रहें। 24/7 हम लोग फैमिली के साथ थे, और बहुत सी नई नई चीज़ें जो हम लोगों ने अपने बिजी शेड्यूल के अंदर में अपने और उसको हम भूल गए थे, उसको इस कोरोना माई ने, मैं उसको कोरोना माई कहूँगा या कोरोना पीरियड ने हमको याद दिलाया कि हमारी जिम्मेदारी अपने परिवार के लिए भी है और उसको हम लोगों को अच्छी तरह से निभाना चाहिए बिजनेस के साथ साथ। ये हमको कोरोना पीरियड में समझ में आया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने दिया। और कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो बताएं।
नहीं सर, थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम एंड कंग्रेचुलेशंस, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining on stage. Thank you Mr. Garg, thank you Mr. Chauvin, thank you Mr. Bansal, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, right from the heart, so much of closeness coming up right here, and we get on to the Corporate Leadership Awards. And this particular category, I'd like to call on Mr. Vibhor Tandon, Assistant Treasurer CMA, and of course Mr. Namit Bajoria, Founder and Director Kuchina, to kindly join us on stage. And the gentleman who's going to be getting the award with over 27 years of experience with the Tata Group, having joined Tata Steel as a graduate trainee in 1991. He has handled various responsibilities, having worked in different cities and countries. His core experience revolves around commercial and general management responsibilities in the business of steel and steel raw materials, including ferroalloys and non-ferrous metals. He has been closely associated with various industry bodies as a managing committee member in CII, Eastern Region, and the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, and also an executive member of the Indian Chamber of Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, he is currently the Managing Director of Tata Metal Links, a listed company on BSE and NSE. He has been earlier the Managing Director of S&T Mining Private Limited from 2008 to 2012. It is an absolute honor for CMA to confer the Corporate Leadership Award to Mr. Sandeep Kumar. Mr. Kumar, congratulations. It's such a pleasure to have you on stage once again. It's a beautiful moment, and you've had an awesome journey. In this long journey of various stints, which you've done, you've been, commanding a lot of positions. What has been the most memorable moment as a leader?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to convey my thanks to CMA. Well, the question is rather interesting. There have been many challenging and interesting moments, but I think the last 1 year that we spent under the COVID times have been particularly challenging, and the way we have kind of navigated this. I think it's true for everybody. We still continue to work from home, and I think the virtual mode, continues to, I would say, work extremely well for us. That may be surprising for many of you, but I think that's been the most interesting, how well we have worked. Thank you. I would just like to convey my thanks on behalf of the employees of Tata Metallics, my colleagues. I would like to thank them, my board, my chairman, and my family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations once again. Thank you, Mr. Bajoria. Thank you, Mr. Tandy, for joining us on stage. And thank you, Mr. Kumar. the next award also is going to be Corporate Leadership Award, and for that, to give away the award, I'd like to call on Ms. Sohini Guptu, Executive Committee Member, CMA, and Mr. Rajat Banerjee, AVP East, Pernod Ricard India Private Limited. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Well, the gentleman, he is widely acclaimed for bringing in a new era of leadership at PCBL. He has been instrumental in introducing a customer-centric approach to PCBL's vision and strategy. He took on the challenge of realigning the business with strong focus on new technology, innovation systems and processes, re-engineering and expansion of scale. He has also introduced newer human resource practices that has brought in a vibrant work culture at PCBL. A mechanical engineer with a postgraduate degree from IIT Kharagpur and studied business administration from the University of Tokyo, he is also an alumni of IMD Switzerland. Well, he has recently been conferred the Business Leader Award of the Year also. Well, the Managing Director of MS Messrs. Philip Carbon Black Limited PCBL and Sector Head of MS Harrison Malayalam Limited, and also a member of the Group Management Board of RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a proud privilege for CMA to confer the Corporate Leadership Award to Mr. Kaushik Roy. Well, Mr. Roy, congratulations. You know, with all the responsibility and all the go-getting attitude, how do you manage to still look so young? Yes? And so do share with us a moment in the last 1 year, you know, which you'll have actually reinvented and created a new style of functioning, because so much has changed. Sure, please, sir, please.
Namaskar. I'm really sorry to hear about the personal loss of Mr. Datta. Respected Mr. Datta, President of Calcutta Management Association, past President and my colleague, Mr. Gautam Ray, other distinguished members of CMA, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to each one of you. I am really grateful to the jury members of CMA who has found me suitable for this coveted award. Thank you so much for that. With great humility, I accept this award. However, I should also acknowledge the fact that this award, the credit for this award actually goes to each of my team members in Philips Carbon. And therefore I dedicate this award to the team PCBL. Coming to CMA, as we heard from Mr. Gautam Ray, that it was founded in the year 1957 to create a platform for management and business leaders and to promote good business practices. And in continuation to that philosophy, in the year 2015, Management Excellence Award was instituted. It is always a pleasure to receive such kind of award, especially when it comes from an esteemed institution, historical institution like CMA. And to be honest, for professionals like us, it means a lot, because we draw inspiration from such kind of recognition to pursue excellence further in the field in which we work. I truly feel humbled and privileged for this kind consideration, and once more, thank you so much, CMA, and have a nice evening to all of you. But before I close, I need to answer what he asked for, last 1 year. Yes, last 1 year was really challenging because it was something which we have never seen in our life, we have never faced, out of nowhere. But one thing we very quickly realized and recognized that primarily it is a human tragedy with two dimensions. On one side is impacted lives and healthcare, and on the other side it impacted livelihood. I'll little bit talk about the livelihood part about it because we have a very senior doctor here, Dr. Apurva Ghosh, so I can't afford to talk about the life and healthcare part. So coming to business operation, it was sad really to see that across the country, across the world, economic activities came to a grinding halt, including in India, including in our company as well. You know, the bigger challenge at that point of time was how to keep people motivated. Because people were worried, they were concerned about their future, about their jobs, about their security, and of course about their possible personal losses. So as an organization, we embarked on a very severe and serious journey on communication. We very casually say that communication is a very important tool. But believe me, I realize this time how important it is and how powerful it can be. The entire senior team, including me, kept communicating with the rest of the organization continuously about their well-being, about their family well-being, and so on and so forth. We calibrated our response based on the situation in 4 phases. The first phase was resolve, the belief that we will overcome this challenge. Though we are not aware of anything, to be honest, we did not know anything about the future, which was absolutely uncertain. The second phase was about resilience to overcome the challenge, bringing the business back to life. In this fiscal, past 2 quarters, it was a journey about resolve and resilience. Starting the 3rd quarter, October-December quarter, the 3rd phase, which we called it as return to normal. We started the journey of returning to the normal operation. And finally the 4th phase, which we have just started, we embarked on that journey, is to reimagine, come out of this crisis, reimagine the future in whatever area we are. So in brief, in nutshell, this is the journey, this is the theme for our journey. This is how we managed COVID, and I'm happy to share with you that we are back to normal and we have started our journey for the future. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much and congratulations once again. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on stage. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, our next award category is Emerging Leader. I'd like to call on to give away the award Mr. TV Shenoy, Vice President CMA, and Mr. Amit Paul, Director Operations, Hyatt Regency, Calcutta. I'd like you to join us on stage. Thank you. Our next awardee, she has a very charming smile, trust me. When I first saw her picture, my heart skipped a beat. And of course, looks awesome in her own way, yielding a lot of aggression in terms of work. And I would say the looks would kill and attune to fashion with class, which is very evident in her very own retail brand of products. A BBA graduate from the University of San Francisco, she worked in an e-commerce startup in San Francisco as an analyst, which led her to pursue an MBA from the Syracuse University, where she graduated in 2018. Since then, she joined her father's business as a full-time director overlooking strategic management and sales operation. In 2018, she also launched her own retail brand, House of SL, where she is spearheading the branding, the management. She is passionate about the brand's promise to deliver premium quality, fashionable products through an Indian brand. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to put our hands together, and it's a proud privilege for CMA to confer the Image and Leader Award to Rochita De, Director of Sri Leathers. Congratulations. You actually rocked and turned around in a very, very different way. Sri Leathers initially was a little orthodox. You actually brought about a wide variety of change with your products, which are really premium, a very different style and fashion. What gave you the inspiration? Who was the inspiration? But before that, congratulations once again. So what was the inspiration behind SL? When I first heard SL, I thought it was a French product, to be very honest. So what was the inspiration?
Thank you so much for your question, and thank you so much for your fabulous introduction. Good evening, everyone. Before I answer that, I would like to thank Mr. Untitled Chapter for deeming me worthy of this award. And now, coming to your question, I'm sorry I'm not removing my mask. My mother is here, and I've been strictly instructed to not take off my mask. I hope my voice is not muffled. Yeah, is that okay? So for House of SL, I have actually been born into this business, and I always enjoyed collecting footwear and bags and accessories, and so it was always my dream to include a line of products that agreed more with my aesthetic, and I didn't really relate to the product that Sri Leathers as much. And fortunately, my father has always been very supportive of my vision and has always encouraged me to take further my ambition. So I think the fact that House of SL is a reality today, like even though it's my dream, it's his support that has brought me to this stage. So thank you.
Well, congratulations, and trust me, I think you should also start modeling for your products. You will actually look wow on the hoardings and the other. But thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, now on to something which is what we call innovation. Yes, Innovation Excellence Awards coming up next. And the award is going to be given out to two people. But to give away the award, I'd like to call on Mr. Anil Garg, Treasurer, CMA, and Mr. Dhruvo Mukherjee, former President, CMA, to kindly join us on stage. Well, he's a gentleman who's taken the responsibility of solving one of the biggest problems of India, providing consistent access to affordable health care in a convenient manner. He started his career with the MP Birla Group. Later in the year 2000, he founded the first company in financial services called Microsecond. In the year 2013, he moved on to the domain of healthcare and founded one of the biggest online pharmacies and digital platform of healthcare, Sasta Sundar. He believes in living life like a child, wherein innovation, non-discrimination, emotional connect, and happiness are the integral parts of being genuine. That's his core value. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's none other than Mr. B.L. Mittal, founder and executive chairman of Sasta Sundar. But with him, we have also another gentleman, an FCA by education. He is a seasoned entrepreneur with more than 20 years of demonstrated experience in scaling business from scratch. His areas of work including digital platform of healthcare and financial services. He started his career in 1997 with Rupa and Company, where he worked for 3 years, and thereafter founded financial services business named Microsec, of course, along with Mr. Mittal. And today, ladies and gentlemen, CMA is proud to honor the founder and executive chairman of SastaSundar.com, Mr. B.L. Mittal, and also the founder and CEO of Sasta Sundar, Mr. Ravikant Sharma, with the Innovation Excellence Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Congratulations, sirs. You know, one question actually has been kind of pinching me for a long time. Sasta or Sundar? मैंने जब नाम सुना Sasta and Sundar, I honestly thought it was lady products. कुछ perfume होगा, कुछ होगा. How did that name originate? Sasta medicine, Sasta health, but Sasta or Sundar? I mean, how did you manage it? What was the inspiration behind the name?
No, the truly speaking, we take this name from the biography of the Walmart founder. So Walmart, their tagline of retail is everyday cheap, everyday discount. So in the retail, only thing works is you give more discount and you give the quality. So we are into business of retail healthcare, where the customers love discount, then Sasta, and customer love quality. So Sasta Sundar is the idea expression towards purchasing. When consumer goes, you always say Sasta Sundar.
Oh, that's good, sir. I think you must diversify also into women's beauty products supply. It'll work well because the name actually hits our head. Congratulations to both of you for this amazing online platform, I think, which has helped lakhs and lakhs of us. Congratulations once again. And I'm sure एक साल में जितना online आप लोग ने sell किया, I think you all must have done a wonderful lot of business.
Definitely selling is one part of the thing, but I think same time last year in the month of March, actually when the COVID was basically announced, actually that moment of time we realized that we are not here only to basically retail or to sell actually. We are here to basically serve the community, serve the society. And I would like to basically say thanks to more than 1,000 plus employees or the team members of Sasta Sundar and 450 health buddies stores actually that's operating in 9 states of India right now. And this is basically their hard work, dedication and untiring effort that during the lockdown of COVID, not a single household who have ordered on Sasta Sundar, they have not got the medicines within 24 hours actually. So I am taking the opportunity to basically say huge thanks to our team members and the health buddies stores. And everybody has realized that today is the time that we are not, we are in healthcare actually, and it's time to serve the society. Well, thank you CMA for this recognition, and we really feel honored, humbled, and this is basically made possible due to the hard work and the team efforts at the Sasta Sundar end. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, sir. Really, thank you so much. Congratulations once again. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we move forward and we're going to be moving forward at high speed, trust me. Our next award is Leadership in Institutional Excellence. And to give away the award, I'd like to call on Mr. TVS Shenoy, Vice President CMA, and Mr. Gautam Ray, former past President of CMA. Thank you so much. Well, did her BTech, MTech and PhD in Computer Science from the Calcutta University, IIT Kharagpur and Indian Statistical Institute respectively. She joined the Indian Statistical Institute as a faculty member and became the director in 2015. The first woman to occupy this position since inception of the institute in 1931. Wow. Director of the institute, her research interests including computational biology. You know, I may get stuck with some of these names, don't mind. Soft and evolutionary computation, artificial intelligence and machine learning. She has authored and co-authored several books and numerous articles and journal book chapters and conference proceedings, and has a citation H index of 54. She has worked in many institutes and universities worldwide. She is the recipient of several awards, including the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize in Engineering Science, TWAS Prize, Infosys Prize, Swarna Jayanti Fellowship, INE Silver Jubilee Award, several Young Engineer and Scientist Awards. Well, Gold Medal and Institute Silver from the IIT Kharagpur, India. She is the fellow of Indian National Science Academy, INSA. And ladies and gentlemen, it goes on. You know, there's no stopping it. Currently, she serves on the Prime Minister's Science, Technology, Innovation Advisory Council. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Dr. Shanghamitra Bandyopadhyay, Director, Indian Statistical Institute, who is being offered the leadership in institutional excellence award. Well, ma'am, congratulations.
Thank you.
You really have the she power. You know, it's truly, truly amazing. I'm just curious. You know, being one of the first at the ISI, you know, and being the director there and being so much into it, how did you manage it? You know, was it tough? Did you have to go through, you know, ki, na lady ache, hobe na, or was it? No, she will do it. Honestly, from the heart to heart. But before that, a big congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. And before I answer your question, my gratitude to Calcutta Management Association. And in fact, when Mr. Ray, he called me up and said that the jury has selected you for receiving this award from Calcutta Management Association, I said, why me? What do I have to do with management? And he said, you are managing a very good institution. I said, yes, indeed. And it is an excellent institution, Indian Statistical Institute, a lot of extremely bright people. And the more the level of intelligence goes up, the more difficult that organization is to manage. And I have been trying. So to answer your question, well, there is a first time every time for everything. So for being, it just happened that I am a woman. I don't think I have got any additional advantage or disadvantage for being a woman in this position. Whatever it is the good things, bad things have come because of my decisions, not because of my gender. So I must accept that, and I also would like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about the Indian Statistical Institute, founded in 1931 by Prashanta Chandra Mahalanobis. And besides statistics, as the name suggests, we do a lot more. I come from a computer science background, I do computational biology, and there are many other areas. And in fact, this COVID-19, we've been extremely busy in not only doing testing, our colleagues have been doing RT-PCR testing in collaboration with NRS, and also doing a lot of epidemiological studies. We've been analyzing data, a lot of it, and I must say, while COVID has really brought disaster, but it has taught us the importance of science coming together, of scientists all over the world coming together and doing wonder. Within 1 year, we are now getting vaccinated. It's a hugely difficult task. And it is because all the scientists all around the world, they put their brains together, they put their knowledge together. There were no barriers, there were no walls, no political boundaries. Everybody came together and solved this hugely, and are trying to solve this hugely important problem. I wish, as you have been sort of like a mantra telling, wear your mask, wear your mask. When I go around my campus, it is like a mantra I keep on telling the students, where is your mask? Just today before coming out of the office, I had to tell one and he said, my God, oh, okay. So, yes, we have to be very careful. This is not over yet, and this will come again. Even if it goes away, it's going to come again, so we have to be extremely careful. And all our scientists, my hats off to all of them, all of us, because I have also been involved in this research. Thank you very much, and thanks again to CMA.
Thank you, ma'am, and congratulations once again. It's really an honor to have you. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Thank you, Mr. Shinoy. Mr. Ray, I want you to stay on stage, please. I'm so sorry I'm going to, keep you going a little bit, but for the next award, we'd definitely like you on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award is the Public Service Award. And of course, for that, I'd like to call on Mr. Indranil Banerjee, Executive Committee member of CMA, to kindly join us on stage, along with Mr. Gautam Ray, of course, former President of CMA, who is already on stage. This next awardee is an amazing gentleman. Handling children has never been easy in any form, whether it be in the normal sense or from the medical angle. But our next awardee has this magical gift of making a child feel at ease and bringing about a change of not just warmth and closeness, but also in regards to the health of the little one. He is currently the director of the Institute of Child Health, Calcutta. He also consults at Sri Aurobindo Seva Kendra and has more than 30 years of experience in the field of pediatrics. He has a special expertise in childhood immunizations and vaccinations, kids development assessment, nutrition assessment of kids, patient counseling and treatment for bronchial asthma in kids. He has done his MBBS, MD Pediatric, DCH Cal, MRCP UK, MRCP Ireland, FRCHP CH UK, and FIAP India. I have no words, ladies and gentlemen. An amazing gentleman, as I always said, and it's so difficult to make the child feel at ease, and he does it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a proud privilege and honor for CMA to confer the Public Service Award to Dr. Apurva Ghosh, Director, Institute of Child Health, Calcutta. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Doctor, such a proud pleasure. Doctor, I just saw your photograph, just before this. You look very serious. You're very, very serious in that picture. And I'm just curious, how? And I just said that in the beginning. Many a times it's so difficult, especially the little ones. How do you manage it? And that too for 30 years, 30 years or 41 years. 41 years. A big congratulations to you first, not only for the award, but for 41 years looking after children in your way. How do you manage it?
That too, not from working from home. We cannot work from home. So that's the problem. We are the frontline warriors.
So right through the COVID, right through the lockdown, you've been...
Every day I went to hospital, or my teammates went to hospital, excepting the few days, 10 days when I was admitted with serious COVID in one of the hospitals.
So all of us are in the same boat. Somewhere or another, COVID has hit us.
Yes.
But I think the human passion, the human strength, which so many of you all exude, especially you, going to hospital every day, has actually helped a lot of us to come out of what has been a scary affair.
Yes.
So how did you manage the children? I'm just curious.
See, it's very difficult to manage a child because they cannot say anything, and we need to assess them. Sometimes we need to learn to their parents, who sometimes over-exaggerate or cannot represent properly. So, pediatrics is one of the most difficult subjects. It's just like treating an animal. It's just like treating an animal with due respect. But I love this pediatrics. The reason is, very simple. That I'm from an average poor family. And for a family, the children are the only relaxation. You might say, does it mean that the rich people are not? No. They have so many relaxations. They can go to the golf club, they can go for terracing. But I have seen my mother coming back and sitting in the class with their studies is relaxation. So our good results give a lot of pleasure, which is more than profit of any.
Absolutely, sir.
So I always wanted to work for the children and the children of the middle and lower middle class. But I don't neglect the upper class.
So it's so wonderful, and we have a lot of parents sitting out here with their little ones. So, sir, before you go, I would like you to give a word of advice, to all the parents sitting out here, because you've seen so many kids, you know how to handle them, which is the most effective way they can or they should handle their child.
I think we are a social being. I think everyone should consider that this child is not yours. You are lucky that God has given up the responsibility of bringing up a child for the society. So never ever think that this child is yours. You need to bring up a product which will be running well in the society. Just like many of the industrialists, when they make a product, they think that it should be doing well in the market. So always think that this is not your child. You are trying to bring up a child for the society. So by that, you will not be pampering the child, because a pampered child will never be accepted by the society.
I think that's wonderful. It actually means a lot. A pampered child will never or may be very difficult to be accepted by society.
Last word is that, whenever anyone used to ask me, what gives you maximum pleasure? I always used to say, as a child, to profit by the mistake. And I also used to say that it is more when someone does a mistake and you get the profit. And today's selection is something like that. The jury or the nomination committee has done a mistake and I have got a profit.
Well, sir, once again, congratulations. It's such an honor for CMA and all of us to confer the award to you. God bless and take care. Thank you so much for joining us on stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Banerjee. But Mr. Ray, you have to stay on stage. I'm so sorry. Honestly, Mr. Ray, when I saw you today with the mask on, I loved your hairstyle. I thought I was actually looking at a performer or a rock star who's going to get on the stage and perform for us. Seriously, you've impressed me thoroughly with your new look. I think lockdown has done us all a good, some way or another. Ladies and gentlemen, to the final award for the evening, the Lifetime Achievement Award. And this is very, very special. Because your entire life, you create, you innovate. A small request, please. Could you please keep your mobile phones on? Please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. It does tend to distract. As I was saying, through lifetime, you create, you bring up businesses, you help people to recognize their strengths, you lead the way with people also adapting, to different kinds of work, to different kinds of areas of development. And truly, this gentleman has been a formidable icon. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this is our final award, and I know we've had music in the beginning, but for now, I think we should just put those music tones in a silent mode. Well, along with Mr. Gautam Ray, sorry sir, I started off with a little bit of emotion because the gentleman coming up for this award is also very close to my heart, and I've really followed him over the years, and I love his aggression and go-getting attitude. I would also like to call on Mr. T.V.S. Shenoy, Vice President CMA, to kindly join us on stage for this award. Ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee is a gentleman who needs no introduction. Has captained businesses across and brought about a sea of change and differentiation in work culture, and built up companies with a very, very different attitude. He can be described as an aggressive go-getter like a bullet train. A train which always innovates on the move. A train which gathers speed over the years as it moves forward. It could be the Lifetime Achievement Award, but trust me, even today it's a beginning for him, and he's amazing. He began his career in 1968 with the Mafatlal Group as a project engineer, working out of Mumbai, Germany and Egypt. In 1976, he started his 3-decade-long career with Hindustan Unilever Limited, the Indian subsidiary of Unilever. He went on to serve the Hindustan Lever Board in various capacities as Director Agribusiness, Technical Director and Director Human Resources and Corporate Affairs between 1992 and 1997, with responsibilities that spanned the range from manufacturing, project management, technology to capital investments, engineering management, and human resources. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1998, he was seconded to Unilever as its corporate center and shared time between the Netherlands and the UK as Senior Vice President Manufacturing and Supply Chain Technology with worldwide responsibilities. He simultaneously headed the Safety, Health and Environment Action Committee of Unilever. Associated with ABP Private Limited, a leading media publication company, as its managing director till 2005. Under his stewardship, ABP saw unprecedented growth and expanded its footprints to the electronic media, starting with the acquisition of Star News from Star TV portfolio owned by the News Corporation. He went on to join the diversified and multinational New York-based the TACG Group, TCG, in 2006 as the president of the group, and also served as the CEO of the TCG Group IT platform till 2014. His entrepreneurial spirit has found a voice in the 2 companies that he has founded: Trishul Engineering Solutions Private Limited, an engineering design services company, and Segworld Leadership and Training Academy Private Limited, both headquartered in Calcutta. He is the founder chairman of both companies and is now dedicating all his time to build these businesses. He is the past president of the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Calcutta Management Association. While with TCG, he was the chairman of the American Chamber of Commerce, Calcutta Chapter, and the vice chairman of the National Executive Board, AMCAM India. He has also served as the chairman of the Board of Practical Training as a nominee of the Ministry of Human Resources Development Government of India. An alumnus of St. Xavier's College, Calcutta and IIT Madras, he has attended the senior leadership programs at Wharton while with Unilever. He also holds a diploma in industrial engineering from NITIE. Ladies and gentlemen, and this has to be really loud. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. And it's a proud privilege and honor for CMA to confer the Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Aniruddha Lahiri. Much congratulations. You truly, so the mic. And I couldn't do aeromagic, that's the way it works. Sir, you deserve so much. You know, a one lifetime achievement award is not enough because you've done so much for companies, for corporations, as well as for society. I leave it to your words and heartfelt expressions. Whatever you want to tell us or let us know tonight on this beautiful occasion to the crowd and to us, sir.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. First of all, a question. You know, when I look around this room and I look around the country and elsewhere, you know, I wonder that there being so many people who are already much more informed than I am. You know, how did you manage to get me in here? So it is, did you and Gautam and everybody else?
Sir, trust me, the leaders out there chose you. And they are the leaders in their own industry. So when leaders come together to choose you, sir, you are the rock star.
Anyway, I'll take the podium now if you don't mind. And then
so your comfort level, if you want podium, whatever you feel.
Right, I speak to that. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to thank the President of CMA, a person who I have known very well and worked with even longer. That is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. And unfortunately, as Jimmy said, told you all, he had a very unfortunate incident at home concerning his family, and therefore there is, you know, I mean, we can only, we can't blame him for not being here today. But he did call me, not just to invite me, but he called me, Jimmy, to tell me that he is very sorry that he is unable to come today because he would have liked me to receive the award from his hand. So that was Amitabh. But nevertheless, there's a galaxy of stars from CMA here, and Mr. Shenoy is here, the Vice President, Gautam and so many others, the past President. So I really don't feel left out in that sense. Now Jimmy said that I could ramble for a while. Now, you know, I can speak for a couple of hours, I can speak for a couple of minutes, I can speak
Sir, let's keep it to a couple of minutes.
So I will try and I'll just pass on a few, I'll share with you a few of my observations and then I'll exit. So I'll shut up and then let you all do the talking. First of all, I would like to thank CMA and through you, Jimmy, Amitabh, because he had obviously been a party to all this decision. And thank you all for having given me this great honor. You know, it gives me extra pleasure coming as it does from the CMA. I was first of all associated with CMA as a past president, and I've had a deep involvement with all its activities all this while. So it gives me extra pleasure that this award actually is a recognition bestowed on me by CMA. You know, you may have heard the name of Rafe Fiennes. Rafe Fiennes is the English actor, director, producer. And he said once that award is like an applause. And which actor does not want applause? So, I am no exception. And And therefore, to me, it's also an applause. And I like it from my heart. Maybe if I may just make a few sort of observations from my career today that you've given me the opportunity. You know, management is omnipresent. There is managers everywhere in all walks of life. Managers from CEOs who manage, billion-dollar multinational businesses. Managers who manage little grocery shops, they are managers. Our homemakers are also managers. Right? They manage the house, the domestic affairs, and everything else that goes with it. The common thread between all these managers is that they plan, they organize, and they execute the plans using the limited resource in the best possible way. That's management. In my experience as a professional manager, I've learned a few things, and I will just quote 2 or 3 from a long laundry list of many. When I was young and I started off my career managing, production, or more famously known as manufacturing. Those days it was production. Like HR managers were personnel managers. Anyway. So at that time I learned that true excellence, continuous performance improvement, breaking records every day in the field of production management actually was achieved only by learning and sharing these learnings and executing through teamwork. Some years later, when I was managing projects starting from small to big, I've had a long career of project management. I realized that, innovations and creativeness, all of that by itself, is nothing. Unless and until these innovations and creative ideas, are practical. And that is why the term now used very often is not creativity, but they say practical creativity. So without going through the test of successful implementation, these ideas in innovations are as good as nothing. And then even later, when managing businesses here and worldwide, I realized another cardinal rule, and that is that we all know it's actually a cliche to say that you must learn all the time and you must continue to learn right through your life, all of that. But I realized that a very deep realization which I have tried to emulate throughout my career, and that is that it is not learning itself. In other words, learning is important and you must continuously learn. But that doesn't make as big a contribution as the passion you develop to pass on that learning to the next generation and build generation of professional managers. And therefore, it's important, very important, to learn and continue learning as long as you want, lifelong. However, The challenge is to be able to pass on that learning to the others and ensure that the next generation of managers are not just as good as you are or we are, but in fact our ambition should be to see that next generation of managers, each one of them are much better than us. So I just conclude my little speech by saying, by actually giving a bit of advice to my management colleagues here, and that is that please learn, continue to learn. Every experience is a learning experience. Somebody talked about COVID. Now COVID, there is this aspect of medical protocol, vaccines, how do you get them, research and so on and so forth. That's very important. But tell me, without management of that and getting all that out across to the people, which means a very serious supply chain challenge, from sourcing to distribution to delivery, without that, how would it be successful? And therefore, every experience that comes about is an experience, is an opportunity to learn. So by all means, please learn, please continue to learn. But for heaven's sake, please develop the passion to pass on this learning to people and particularly the next generation. Thank you very much. And once again, thank you CMA for this absolutely wonderful, wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations once again. And now I would, for the final words and for the vote of thanks, I would like to call on Mr. T.B.S. Shenoy, Vice President CMA, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. And ladies and gentlemen, after this vote of thanks, all the winners, I would request you, we will be having a group photograph of the winners and the trophy, which is very, very essential. So please don't go anywhere, because after the vote of thanks, we will have the group photo and of course dinner will be served. Over to Mr. Shenoy.
Time to breathe a little easier. Invariably, Amitabh would have been here to give this vote of thanks. But Amitabh, I know you're watching through YouTube and Facebook. This is for you. Thank you, Amitabh, for all the work that you have done. I've got a piece of paper which has a vote of thanks elements into it, but I thought perhaps I'll pick up a few thoughts from what we have heard today and try to put together what could be relevant vote of thanks. Well, distinguished business and corporate leaders from Calcutta, honored past presidents, members of the executive committee of the CMA, members of the Calcutta Management Association, ladies and gentlemen. If there is three things which I think we could take away from today, and we have heard it all, I think I could put it under three elements: gratitude, humility and passion. As we were looking back at the last year when we ended up the same event maybe in March 19th, and Jimmy was saying it's almost a year, and I think it was time for us to reflect the gratitude of all the people who are around with us, the way our members would have put together the events, our maids, our drivers, the small medical outlets, I heard Sasta Sundar outlets, how they would have worked during those times, gratitude to the medicine people, gratitude to the doctors, I think what they would have worked during the COVID times, not taking a day off. I know my own sister is a doctor and she would have spent days and nights being just treating COVID patients, the kind of healthcare they would have done. And so many people who we would have had to be just thankful for being here. Gratitude to all of them. Today I thought we have had a masterclass in many ways, and perhaps I'd like to pick up a few of them. When we heard Mr. Ravi Sharma talk about his Sasta Sundar, and you could easily see the passion and the number of outlets which you mentioned, and number of people who are there,
I think the clear takeaway that businesses cannot run without passion. Clear takeaway for all the people in the corporate world, passion is a critical ingredient to success. When we are hearing Mr. Kaushik Roy and Sandeep speak about the people during the lockdown, and then we made various phases of the lockdown, when the first few months the cash flows were dry, and you all had tremendous amount of challenges just getting people onboarded. A big thank you to all the employees and all the workmen who put it together during this COVID times for what we are here today. Where incidentally, this is the first, we got so used to online events. It's the first offline event I'm attending after almost a year. So in this kind of a pandemic, how have our workers and employees put together? A big thank you to each of them. Dr. Ghosh, you did mention a very, very interesting word. I said profit from mistakes. And incidentally, the CMA logo is Profit the Mind. And for all the students who are connected here and listening through this and through the YouTube and Facebook, I only wish each of the clippings what you would hear from each of the speakers are wonderful corporate lessons for you to grow. If you have to grow, make mistakes, and perhaps mistakes make you better as you go ahead. Well, Dr. Sangamitra, I have a confession to make. 28 years ago, I tried to crack ISI and I miserably failed. And I couldn't even make it to the first round, forget it, and now I understand, as my daughter gives, she was giving it last year, she said, Dad, forget about it, you won't even get the top or bottom 10% time. It's that tough. ISI is one of the best institutes in the country. But what made me figure out one aspect is, as we look about what is that we can do, and we heard you saying that you have to even tell a student, wear a mask before you come across. Well, I feel there's a nice saying here. There's a nice Mirza Ghalib saying, and I'm sure I'll try to see if it figures out well. Zindagi bhar Ghalib yahi bhool karta raha. Zindagi bhar Ghalib yahi bhool karta raha. Bhool chehre pe thi, par aina saaf karta raha. If for all those, it means that you keep looking at the mirror and trying to wipe off a dirt mark in the mirror, but it's in our face. So what is that we as individuals can do to prevent this COVID and do a little things like mask putting? I think it's fantastic. I think it's beautiful examples in the corporate world what we have learned today. I was really amazed by Rochita. I think the passion which you bring, and I'm sure I'm going to visit the Sri Lanka's outlet soon. And all people who are here, I'm sure that is a brand which we are going to be proud of. And anytime when you go out of Calcutta, you always get a pair of footwear whenever you go. I think we look forward to it, and with your charisma, I'm sure it will go much more heights. Mr. Bansal from Skipper. I've been closely known the company for many years now. Again, what you see is a small little thing for all the corporates and all the entrepreneurs. You heard him say, whatever you do, you aim for the best. And even though in whatever segment you go, and that is a word which is said, and I think smaller gets again. Thank you again, Mr. Bansal, for the words which you said. Thank you. Well, I have so many other things to rattle out, but I'll keep going on, and it can get a little boring. But of course, Mr. Lahiri, mentoring the next generation, I think it was wonderful thoughts, and the part which you said, the practical creativity. Thank you all the winners. Thank you for a wonderful session here. I think we had a great learning here for all those people connected. Wonderful takeaways. I promised Grupo one day I'm going to write a book on corporate musings, and many of these articles, the learning which is there, will get into the book. Well, of course, it's the time to thank a few more people here. Mr. Gautam Ray, I think you're truly a rock star, both off and on the way you look as well. Mr. Gautam Ray has been instrumental in putting all the events together, getting the nominations done and doing it fair. It's a way to see the way, it's wonderful to see the way you actually chair a committee of this nature. Not easy to do, so much to learn. Thank you, Mr. Ray, for actually handling this wonderfully. Dhruvo, what can I do without you? I think the way you piece things together, the entire event here, Dhruvo, thank you so much. And to all the committee members who are here, thank you very much again.
Jimmy, I'm sure you are close to Dilse. Where are you, Jimmy? Now, Jimmy is going off to his event at 9 o'clock. I hope you're on time, and please hear him from his 9 o'clock show on a Friday. Jimmy, thank you for conducting this event so very well. Well, for all those whom I couldn't take the names, obviously thank you. But there's very, very special thanks, Amitabh. I'm sure you're hearing him here, listening to us and seeing us. For you and Abhinanda, I'm sure it will be a wonderful memories which you have had and you'll cherish as you go ahead, Amitabh. I'm really missing you here today, and this is for Amitabh, our President of the CMA. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great evening and good night.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shinoy. And a small request to all the awardees. We'd like you all on stage with your trophy so that we can have a group photograph. And ladies and gentlemen, dinner is also served. So slow and steady wins the race. Kindly go ahead and help yourselves. But before that, a group photo on stage, please. And it's so wonderful. What a beautiful evening. And once again, a congratulations to all the awardees.
So, I took a week to hide this out.